What is it that you are trying to achieve? What are the aims of your project for this year? That has to be clearly stated, but not just stated because you're handing in an outline, but because you know that this is something you can actually achieve at the level of your community. And it has to be quality, because at the end of the day, when we are judging, we're going to go right back to these outlines and say, well, you said objective 1 was such, and 2 and 3, and so on, stated whatever. But then if you're not actually doing this, and we're not seeing the results of what you said you're going to do way back at the beginning, then we're going to be asking you why you haven't done so. The description of your project. As far as possible, give us a clear description that is, again, in keeping and following your objectives, but make sure that your description is true to what you are actually able to deliver. So don't tell me in the project outline, you know, well, this is what we are trying to do. We're going to get in contact with the community. The community is going to come out on a regular basis and do X, Y, and Z, when, in fact, you know it is not practical. Stick to what is realistic and make sure that your description, again, is clear. Simply outlined and very clear. Part of your methodology will be, how do I get everybody together? Which beach are we going to use, if we're going to use the beach or Farley Hill National Park or some other outdoor space? And then you have to plan every single detail. Every item that you can think about, everything that can go wrong, plan for it. And in addition to making your plans, have a plan B, plan C, plan D. And then plan how you're going to notify the people that you are trying to target to come out to your exercise-a-thon, to be part of it despite the fact that it's raining, come to a community center or a space where it can still take place. So always think about your planning, your methodology, and your planning of how you're going to execute your methodology is very, very important. But certainly you have to make reference, clear reference as to where that information came from. We know it didn't just come out of your head. We know that somebody else might have come up with it, and they deserve the credit for putting it there for your use. And how you use it, of course, is extremely important. I can't stress that enough. So references, once you are talking about your resources, you must make clear reference and give kudos where it is due for the person who would have come up with that. Real evidence, written evidence, testimonials, evidence of who are the people that you spoke to. If you're asking for support, whether it's in cash or in kind or in some form of being able to access resources, what should you do? Are you just going to tell me, oh, well, I went and spoke to the shopkeeper the other day, and yeah, well, he said I could get this or that. What else are you going to do? Have your receipts. Write letters, ask for permission. Because at the end of the day, I can't walk with you to all of these people, even though I will probably, along with the other judges, be in touch with people that you may not know that we are in touch with, and we will ask them, did they actually do it? Okay? But apart from that, you have to bring the evidence. The onus is upon you to ensure that we know that you did what you said you were going to do. When it comes to getting people to get up and come out and to have them really buy into wanting to be there with you, it usually indicates to us, well, yeah, these guys have really gone out, done all the work, and the community is enthusiastic enough to come out and try this. It means then that your sales pitch was really good. It means that your promotion methodologies have worked in the way that we would hope that they would work. So bear in mind that, and it's not just by having them come to you. You can also tell us about what they did to assist you, that they actually wanted to do it. We know these are harsh economic times. Everybody's on about it. But there are people with skills in your community who will come out and support you if you choose to tackle them. They are your resource persons and they are your support base. You have to be the ones to convince them that this is worthy of their support. The important thing is to make sure that you have captured the theme properly. How are you going to make sure that you have impacted Barbados sufficiently well that people are buying into your project, that the theme is being executed, being articulated through everything that you're doing? And I mean everything that you're doing related to the project, okay? And I'm also suggesting that you don't spread yourselves too thin by trying to tackle all areas of health. Am I correct, Denise? Right. Because health is extremely broad in terms of what it encompasses. We know what it takes to be healthy, and you could probably have that as an outline, but then decide which part of it you're going to tackle. If not, you'll be trying to do this project for the next 10 years and nobody will be taking you seriously because it would not have had the impact that you are requiring to make the changes that you desire. What we are looking for as judges and what we appreciate in a good project would be a clear indication of the range of stakeholders that you were able to engage. Okay? Because we recognize that if you can show us that, then we know that what you are doing has impacted positively on the community. And if you can demonstrate that you have the support of your community members, then we know that they bought into your project and that you sold it to them pretty well. Good? Have I lost anybody on that? So let us know who your stakeholders are up front. Any collaborations that you could have with past PICs will be useful to you. And if there's any aspect of any past projects that you can hone in on and utilize now that would be of relevance, think about doing so. If you're going to be presenting on your project and you're going to convince me that this project is worthwhile when you go out to your community and then when you come back for the judging process and for everybody who's in the audience to see you, then you have to speak to them clearly. You have to articulate as though you know what you're talking about. And the only way to articulate as though you know what you're talking about is to do what? It's to know. Exactly. Because when you don't know, I will know that you don't know. And anybody else will know that you don't know. And the other thing is we want to be sure that every project objective that you put in your project outline is achieved. And it should be achieved. All of your deliverables should be on time. And what is another important thing for the project people? If I'm looking at you and judging your project, not only should you deliver on time, but within what? Within? I said within time, on time, but also within the who? The what? Thank you, the budget. Always the budget. Give him a round of applause. And some of the problems you may have had. However, as judges, we are not going to buy a litany of woes as to why you did not achieve your objectives, so don't even bother to come with a litany of woes. Figure it out, get it worked out. By the time you're ready to present, make sure that you are actually doing something. Because I am very hard to convince when you come to me and say, well, we plan to do 10 things, and we only managed to do 1 because here is the litany of woes related to the other 9. I will not take you seriously as being committed to doing what you're supposed to be doing. And I think I have reached oh yes, always make sure that whatever project you do, somebody else will want to take it and run with it. Make sure that it could be replicable, it can be done again by somebody else. And make sure that they like it enough that the whole of Barbados will be talking about it. And let's keep the spirit of the nation going. If one project in St. Joseph is top-notch, the one in St. Lucie has to be better, the one in St. James can do even better. We want to know that every parish has taken ownership to the point where the competition is really keen this year. Am I clear? Yes. Well, all I can do is wish you all the very best, and I look forward to seeing you as the projects unfold. Good luck, everybody. Thank you.